Hi there, Lori Morse, your guide in creating a healthy heart. One of the things I've watched in myself and a lot of the women that I worked with over time is that we tend to stuff our emotional pain. We tend to kind of push it off into the corner, or stuff it in a closet or under the rug. And the pain that I'm talking about are things like our heartbreaks, our betrayals, losses, disappointments, the things that we were devastated over. So it isn't just, like a romantic heartbreak. It's all the ways that life hasn't unfolded in ways that we had hoped it would. And and that energy tends to sort of get stuck in us. I see it as balls of energy, and that tends to be held around the energy centers of our heart. And as a human being, we are, of course, supposed to have emotions, but these emotions are supposed to flow through us. And most of us, since we haven't been taught how to allow them to flow through us, they get stuck and they get sticky and they get held up. And I guess then what I've noticed is that it's usually a catalyst that will tend to break some of that emotional energy open or bring it to our conscious awareness so that we can deal with it. And sometimes that catalyst can be a death or a loss or a health crisis or a heartbreak. I don't know if you know this, but there's actually a syndrome in medicine. It's called the broken heart syndrome, and it's usually a stress induced heart injury that weakens our heart, and it's usually due to fear or loss or grief or heartbreak. So that's actually a medical phenomenon, and that can be seen in the strength of our heart. And it's like a post-traumatic stress disorder, but it's for the heart. It's called broken heart syndrome. And so what I'm devoted to doing is helping women actually use that emotional energy as compost and to transform that energy so that she can become more of who she's designed to be. And that's different for all of us, but we all have that compost, and it's normal and it's natural, and it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. But it does mean that if it's coming up and you're conscious and present and aware of it, then it is time to be released. It is time to be healed. It is time to be transformed. And most of us are pretty afraid of that because we don't know how to do it, and that's totally understandable. But I want you to know that there are graceful ways of doing it. We don't have to, it doesn't have to be hard or traumatic. We don't have to relive old trauma. We just have to touch it, and then in order to release it. And that's very different than getting, in the quicksand of it. Those are two very different things. So I guess what else did I want to tell you on this? Yeah, in the next video, I want to talk about what a few cardiologists have to say about healing our emotions as part and parcel, at the forefront of heart health. Because if we don't start tending to this, then the amount that we can heal our heart will be very limited. So just for now, know that there's such a thing called stress or traumatic stress on the heart, and that it comes from all the variety of ways of just living, and that you're not the only person on the planet who has an element of this. And so just tending to it is what I'm inviting you to do. Okay, so until next time, I will see you then.